Hello, welcome back to Aston Martin F1 Manager 2022 in 2024 for round 12 of 22. Paul Ricard, that actually marks one full season since we popped back on this and decided to finish it off. And I say finish it off as if I have a defined end point. It'll basically be just enough seasons as I can before the next game comes out. However, right now, Paul Ricard, we're on a little bit of string of Grand Prix where we won't have any further developments. The next developments won't come until after we return from the summer break, so we've got to get through France, Hungary, and I think one of the track in between those two. No, just France and Hungary, actually. I think Austria was included in those three races that I was trying to work out. Austria last time, of course, eventful. Eventful, to say the least. And if you've not watched the Austrian Grand Prix race, link will be in the description. Go back, watch it now, because things happened. Spectacular things happened. Oh, I'm so pleased for him still. I should say the refurbishment / development of one of the facilities that gave us more attractiveness did go through as well, along with the other one. Both of them, one happened just before the race, one happened just after the race. Still can't get either of these guys, so we will wait for the hospitality area to be developed as well, which gives a percentage boost, which might be the key thing rather than just a standard 8-point boost like other facilities do. You can see on the right side it's a 8% boost, and because it's gone down to 80%, it'll go from 24 to 40 standard. A little bit weird. So it will add 40 points and then it will add 20% facility bonuses to all the other ones, I think is what the implication is there. So everything else that gives a bonus, you'll get another further 20% on, opposed to currently 12, which might be enough to get one of the top staff members in the game. However, for now, I'll see you for qualifying at Pierre's home race. We don't need to take penalties, we don't need to do anything like that, which is all very nice and dandy, unless of course anyone has any issues and comes off. We'll pray for the best and I'll see you for qualifying. Rightio, as ever, I need to provide a clarification and a don't read into it too much. Mick being faster than Pierre Gasly is because, annoyingly, Pierre on his let's give him a quick run at the end stint immediately got stuck behind Alexander Albon, so didn't go faster, whereas Mick did. No issues though, no weather complaints either. I think I did say last time, and I will back it up again here, is Pierre is going to need another round of things. Even his gearbox is at 74% before too long. But obviously I'm not going to do it in France. So let's see who comes out to get in our way. It's Alexander Albon again. Sorry, is he? Oh, Pierre's gone off anyway. And broken the laws of physics in the process. Mick might have had to slow down for that as well, which is worse. Yeah, he probably did. I'm going to have to send both of them out again. Don't see that very often. I actually damaged the tyres in the process. Okay, just switching back to one-time speed, because I am confused. Jack Doohan's done the fastest lap. What? Ocon faster than Hamilton, Ricciardo faster than Norris, Sainz significantly faster than Leclerc. All seems odd. The two Williamses, Snowden's clearly been held up, but the two Williamses probably still slowest too. Joe, Vettel, Stroll, probably legitimate. Albon I can't read because Doohan's first. But I don't know if I need to send Mick out again. Leclerc, Russell obviously dangerous here, along with Gasly, so that puts him effectively net 12th. So I think I do, just for safety purposes, because I don't know what's going on here, and I don't know if there's time to be gained for any of this lot. But I'll send him out first. It's a minute 30 on the outlap, so I imagine... Oh, I was about to say, I imagine people will start coming around 240, but I think someone's just gone now. They have, yeah. Rare case where Mick's being sent out first. He's going to have a Red Bull up his chuff, but... Okay, so Pierre's come out ahead of an AlphaTauri, but behind an Alpine, I think it is. Hamilton, that's good news. Both relatively high up the list, so if there's any offs, then hopefully we dodge them. I think Mick will be fine, but we'll follow Gasly and make sure he doesn't do anything untoward. You can see the gap he's built to the AlphaTauri behind. Good lord. That's significant. I can tell he's closed a little bit on Hamilton on his outlap, but not enough to be a problem. In fact, he'll get a lovely slipstream up the big old straight at the back. Both through faster first sectors, which is good news. In fact, the fact they've done faster first sectors is actually really solid there, because they didn't have any issues in the first sector. It's this sector which Pierre A went off and then Mick presumably got yellow flagged. Mick's done the fastest middle sector of anyone, and now Gasly's taken it. But bear in mind he's got a Red Bull behind him and both Ferraris before Pierre's crossed that line. He's done a faster middle sector than the Ferraris and the Red Bull behind him. And the fact the other Red Bull's crossed over that line by now as well, so he's Mick's done a really good middle sector there. Magnus has crossed the line, stayed 9th. Ocon's crossed the line, stayed 5th. Mick goes to 3rd. He was held up. Well, that's a problem. Drive, Pierre. Drive.
Yellow flag for yellow.
Drive. I think Lando or Danny Riggs just spun in front of him. I don't know what's happened there. Pierre's out because he's cocked it up again, but I'm laughing he still did a faster time. I want to know what happened there. I was too busy being annoyed at Pierre. Which one is it? How have you done that? I think it's Lando. How's Lando done that? Okay, I didn't want to give Pierre his penalties in France because it's his home race, but he's qualified 20th anyway. There are 4 people with penalties, so he would move up 4 places probably. Mick qualified really well. I don't understand this, but there are 4 people with penalties: Albon, Zhou Guanyu, Ricciardo and Charles Leclerc. So out of those lot, obviously only Charles Leclerc is probably someone that Pierre would have a little bit of an issue with getting past anyway. I reckon we take the extra round of stuff for Pierre now then. But we still got to pay attention to Mick here, who's probably not going to have any soft tires for the race now. I think Paul Ricard's 1 stop, medium to hard, and Mick's immediately got stuck on literally everyone. Paul Ricard is chaos. Nobody just knows how to get out of the way of anyone here, unless they're on the main straight, clearly. Mick 8th, but that's definitely not representative. I'll wait till I see both Red Bulls and both Ferraris. That's the second Ferrari. Okay, apparently I was seeing things. There's both Ferraris and the Red Bulls, so if we can get in this gap, lovely. Following Verstappen, there's the pit straight. Qualifying 2, flying lap. I just realised we've lost the bonus for getting 2 people into Q2. I had to manually put that in this time, so that's probably why Pierre's had a moment just to deny us that. Game's gone, nah, not having that bonus. It's irritating that it happens every time. Every time you manually decide to, or change something in a bonus, the game decides you're not having it. Because it automatically just says, oh, just 1 person to Q2. So I went, no, I'll have 2, thank you, because that's basically guaranteed. And Pierre's gone out Q1. Pierre as well. Irony is, of course, is I've been manually putting his braking up. Just specifically his braking up, which is the one thing that's supposed to stop what just happened. He's at 97 or 96 or something stupid like that. Magnussen goes faster than Mick. Coming out was 100% necessary because I still see Sainz behind. And Russell and Norris, who presumably can all go faster. Ricciardo goes even faster. There's Russell into, well, was second. Jack Doohan's... What is going on with Jack Doohan? Mick's gone faster, but not purples. Hamilton's out. Claire's up to 3rd again. Verstappen's crossed the line, gone first. Mick's only gone 8th, but Sainz has gone behind him, thankfully. Norris only goes 11th. Daniel Ricciardo out-qualifies Lando Norris. Ocon out-qualifies Hamilton as well. Like, all these teams... He's got a penalty as well, Ricciardo, which is the hilarious thing. Have those teams have sort of developed parts and only given them to 1 vehicle? Or are they just sort of testing parts on the second driver? Because there's only way to explain Doohan, Ricciardo and Ocon here. They've all out-qualified their better teammate. And Doohan's messed it up because, of course, he can't have that many nice things. The game must punish him at some point, and now he's got no more 100% tyres. Do you want a representation of Jack Doohan's tyre management capabilities? Because there's one. Everyone else, 85 or 86%. Jack Doohan, 81. After 1 round of, well, basically 3 laps. All right, cars coming out again. We'll do the same thing. Make sure we're behind both Ferraris and both Red Bulls, because I don't want either of them up my backside. And I think they are probably the 4 fastest vehicles. Am I going crazy, or is everyone like within a 10th or 2, basically? To leader, everyone is within 3.5 tenths. Is that both Ferraris and both Red Bulls, or there's still another Ferrari to come? Okay, we'll just go last of all then. Probably could have left it a few moments. I didn't actually need to go then. You get a nice slipstream at least. Okay, back on board with Mick. We'll look at his sector time. Still a full minute on the session. I could have waited ages. Of course, on some of these tracks, you do have to be careful of just trying to play that time, because A, you can just miss it, and B, you could actually end up getting stuck on the first people that came out if you leave it too long, because some of them actually get across with a full lap to go, which these two might. I think 30 seconds might be enough to not get through that final sector, so wouldn't have been a problem here, perhaps. And on brand new fresh tyres, he does a slow for. Never change, Mick, never change. Bear in mind that those soft tyres that he went out on originally would have been about 85%. And somehow he's managed to do a slower first sector on brand new tyres. Faster middle sector though. Faster middle sector. I'm intrigued to know what time Jack Doohan does here. Because no one... Okay, Perez maybe had a bit of an issue that the tyres didn't change. Yeah, Jack Doohan goes 9th. Despite contending, he goes 9th now. Was it Leclerc already on pole? Verstappen closes. Sainz doesn't change. Ricciardo doesn't change. Ocon doesn't change. Mick does change, goes 7th. Leclerc on pole, but does have a penalty. And found the time when he needed it. Good God. Yeah, 1 stop was the way anyway. From the back, so he would start 17th. Now he'll start 20th. I think hard to medium and then medium to hard for Mick. I don't think there's really much need to be fancy with it. A 2-stop will be slower, but Pierre's got soft tyres if there's a safety car or anything like that.
It's lights out, and away we go.
So Leclerc's penalty wasn't too severe. I could see him there, which is the one person we didn't end up ahead of originally. Gasly takes Ricciardo off the line, whose penalty did take him to the back, along with Zhou Guanyu by the looks of things. Albon put himself in the... No, Albon was already at the back anyway, so I don't really know what's going on there. I say, I mean, we can't do anything. We're not the ones driving, Pierre. You're the one driving. You're the one that needs to get past him. I mean, he's on medium, so we know what strategy he's on. Meanwhile, Mick, are you actually having a look at anyone? Kind of. Right, so who's on medium, who's on hard? But the two Mercs are on hards. I don't know what strategy they're on, but they're both on hards. And there's not really a lot of wiggle room in these tyres, so we'll take those off immediately. So we're having the classic issue of trying to overtake someone when there's another vehicle in the way. Welcome to F1 Manager. It's weird how, like, without fail, whenever you're trying to overtake someone like this, the vehicle that's in front will always be in your way and not theirs.
That's it.
But I'll come back. Oh, Mick's got one of the Mercs. And he's having a look at the other. There's Russell on the inside, or outside, I should say. And I think Mick's got him. I can't quite tell, but I think he's got him. Yeah, he is, because he's actually having a look at Perez. Okay, so we've both got... I was about to say, we've both got Joe, but we haven't. We've got Joe, haven't we, Pierre? We've got Joe. We've got him, haven't we? How are you making a hash of this? You got a brand new engine parts as well, so it's not like there's anything in the car holding you back. I'm giving you the best chance possible. I mean, it's the same situation now, just with Ricciardo providing the block. Oh, he's actually got Perez. Mick comes alive in races.
Just keep doing what
I didn't show you the replay of either of the Merc overtakes, but here's like-for-like tyres through Sector 1. Yeah, end of Sector 1, start of Sector 2, onto the main straight. He's got him before DRS activates. So that's good. Stay within a second of the front two, and you'll have DRS on that straight next lap. Any second gaps emerging yet? No, everyone's within DRS of everyone else apart from Sargent. And Gasly's still stuck. How are more people not overtaking the Williams? So... pit straight is DRS, but not for this lap. But the back straight will have DRS. Leclerc 11 still behind Magnussen. Doing holding on in 7th for time being. Hasn't lost any places. Verstappen under fire from sight, or will be by the time this DRS happens. Someone's gone off. Trying to see a name tumble down the list there, but Albon went wide but didn't lose anything. Looks like Ricciardo's going to have Tsunoda by the end of this, which is great. One less person for them to do. It's nice to get Verstappen at the front. Mick didn't lose anything. A lot of vehicles here. Stroll has taken Sargent, which is also helpful. I'll pop Pierre an overtake. Get himself primed for the pit straight. Could not be closer if he tried. Tsunoda goes defensive. Pierre goes offensive. Both have DRS, of course, but the Aston is a much faster vehicle. Same set of tyres as well. Ricciardo is an awkward stopper because it looks like the McLarens aren't that much off the pace anymore. And he's also on medium tyres, so he's got that advantage. Leclerc's taken Magnussen and Norris. Looks like Norris fell out of DRS. I'm just intrigued to see if actually not saving fuel puts either our drivers in a bit of danger or not. Sargent got Stroll back. Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Pierre's overtaken Danny Rick before we even got to the pit lane. Start-finish line. That's what I meant to say. He's looking at Albon as well for good measure. He's got on the inside of Albon, and that might be that. I'm going to have to take him off deploy because he hasn't got any more battery, but he will have the advantage when we go through these corners. Might be able to make it stick by the time we get on the straight. He has. Everyone has DRS, of course. So Pierre sidles up to the back of what is Sargent right now. Doesn't really have the space to make a move. He might just be legitimately fast enough to get past Sargent here. There's no DRS, but he might be able to attack here. He hasn't done, but he's following him so closely. I think it might just be a done deal on the pit straight, even without any further deployment. Of course, he'll have DRS on Stroll. Albon's having a look in the meantime as well, which isn't helpful. And actually gets him. Well, frustrated by that. Nothing I can do about it. I've sort of just left Mick to his own devices at the front. No one's really doing anything. Just Sainz and Verstappen keep swapping over, and that's about it. Sargent has enough pace to keep getting Stroll back, which is super unhelpful. Because I think Sargent's on hards. He is. So somehow Sargent is managing to keep Stroll on softs at bay, or at least, you know, re-overtake. Pierre's opened himself up to attack by Danny Rick as well. He's going to do the same thing as Danny Rick's going to do the same thing as Albon here, because Pierre's driving like an absolute idiot and letting them through. Take the inside line, Pierre! Stop going round the outside! You've got no one to blame but yourself for being overtaken here. What's the point? Just harvest and let them attack, really. Because you're just going to get caught up again anyways. There's no real point. Just harvest, get ERS, and we'll deploy yourself through. I need to get enough ERS to deploy myself through Albon, Ricciardo, and Sargent. So I'm just going to not bother deploying. I'm going to let them waste the effort trying to overtake. I just don't understand how cretinous Pierre's being with his driving here. I wonder if Pierre's the one behind, if he'll actually go on the attack here, the way that they have. No, Albon's doing it to Ricciardo. Why have you deployed? I've literally told you to not deploy. Obviously, don't lose a second at any point. We're just losing time here because these two are so much slower than Hamilton, and neither can pull away from the other. The good news is we're not losing him and we're not losing out to Tsunoda by harvesting. And we are on hard, so we will be going longer than everyone else. So we should be at full ARS by the end of this lap. Actually, has Pierre got the line on Albon? No. Leclerc's close to making this back to one train again. Poor Ricciardo is a problem, but just because of how long that back straight is, people with DRS can get like 5/10. Ooh, Mick's actually not staying in touch as well as I'd like there. Why has Pierre lost fuel? Mick's gained fuel back, but Pierre somehow lost fuel despite not being on used fuel. Oh, Mick, when I said close yourself back up, I didn't mean attack. Just stay with them. He's done the fastest lap. Oh, Sargent's been taken by Ricciardo, which is great news. Let's see if Pierre can get himself an angle on this to attack. I mean, you're on the inside. I mean, where's the place to deploy this extra energy? Like, why would you not deploy here on the prime overtaking spot of this lap? Why would you not deploy there? Makes no sense. Ricciardo's at the very front of this now as well, so he should be able to drive away. Magnussen and Vettel have split the chains as well. Oh, Pierre's having a go here. Are you going to have a look at Sargent here as well, or is he just going to let him take the apex? That's fine. Sure, whatever. Come on, Pierre. All right, don't have a look then. Whatever. See if I care. Oh, Mick's lost out to Perez. How? I rewatched that one because I don't really understand it. So he's attacking into the chicane even though both drivers had DRS. No, he attacked him and got him before the DRS, just straight up on track. It wasn't a case of him just having a better DRS, it was just, he just got him. And that's Sargent dispatched by Pierre as well. Okay, just don't bother deploying here. I think you might be able to attack Stroll here regardless of deploying, because I think you've got the drive out of this corner. Oh, so he got Sargent in the same place that Perez just got Mick, and now he's got him in the, well, both had DRS, but he's got him in the DRS.
Nicely done.
Perfect. So now it's Pierre and Danny at the front of this train. And hopefully, between us, we can close up on Vettel. Miles will rewatch it. Pierre enacting an overtake on the man he replaced on worse tyres. You love to see it. That's Hamilton at the moment, because he's 2 seconds off Magnussen. But yeah, the problem with this one is because it's such a long straight, you get the slipstream and then the DRS. It means it's virtually impossible to build up enough time to actually get clear of the DRS in the game. Even through the second half, before you get to this DRS, there's a problem. As you can see, Pierre just powering past a DRS-less Ricciardo.
Good job.
I think Ricciardo's still fighting because that, yeah, I say that time differential isn't building. I mean, I won't watch the replay because he's just going to get him straight back because the detection point is there, I think, somewhere around there. There it is. So he's already attacking before he applies the DRS here. But we have broken it to Stroll at least, so that's happened. So Danny Rick will get it back. And we have closed on Vettel by about a second, so that's good news. But Mick's kind of probably back at his, what I would probably call his rightful place, fourth. I think in the races we're better than the Mercs. Just in qualifying he's not. And he's staying within like a few tenths. So checking Gasly again, I think Gasly will be the one to attack through the DRS at the back here. Daniel defends. It doesn't matter. And once again we build time to Stroll. Kind of actually don't gain time on Vettel that time. But we are building it now through this section. Incident, but for whom? Russell. We'll see what he did. Turn 13 isn't the pit straight. I mean, it would have been much worse if someone was trying to get into the pits behind him. He just smacked straight into them. He's driven straight across the pit lane entry there. So we're now 2.6 behind Russell instead. That was very costly for Russell. He's gone from 6th to 13th. Fighting amongst ourselves, of course. Albon's made his way through there now as well. 3 seconds behind, but we might need to harvest fuel at some point because we're really not getting it back here. But now's not the time to be doing that. I think if we get into a train with Russell and Vettel, then that might be the time to do it. But while we're just overtaking each other, really not worth it. You can see we've got to be getting close to the pit window as I get the notification. Russell on hards as well, isn't he? Yeah, Vettel isn't. So 3 laps until Mick should pit. He's on 53% medium tyres. I think we certainly give it a lap where we might be able to sort of just stick him on full attack for a couple and then pit on the optimum on the basis that these lot will all pit on the optimum lap as well. Kind of want to stick Pierre on defend with his DRS here, but ERS because, oh, he's actually defended from Daniel anyway. He'll get into this train with Vettel, and he has. Odd that Russell can't clear Vettel. I get the feeling that Pierre might just take them both. The way he's kind of sizing them up. Because Russell's got Vettel there, and Pierre is primed to take him as well, but not... Okay, he hasn't done it. I thought he was going to do it. So Verstappen pits one lap earlier. Interesting. He's going to end up at the very back. Yeah, he's going to get stuck in this train that's with Joe Albon, etc. It may be worthwhile not pushing those tyres and then actually going a lap later. Let Perez and Sainz get stuck in that as well. as Ricciardo dives into the pits.
Good job.
We should clear Vettel here because he's lost the DRS on Russell. Or not if Pierre doesn't decide to attack him. Cretin.
That's it.
I wonder if we can clear Sargent now.
Box.
Pierre's actually taken the lead. He's got ahead of Sainz through the DRS there.
Good job.
Full deploy, full fuel through this remaining sector. Try and build up whatever tenths you can to try and get ahead of Sargent. Both Ferraris are pitted on the same lap? What are Ferrari doing? The morons! Oh, he's had to wait for Sainz. But that's not the crucial thing, is can we get out ahead of... Oh, no, we're not, because we're still being held. We're going to be behind still. Somehow we didn't make that work. Somehow the time in pit was 25 seconds. Although we will just take him straight away. I cannot tell you how that happened. Get past him, Mick. What are you doing? Get past him. What is this for overtaking? Or lack thereof, I should say. I mean, thankfully, they're going to get stuck on the other one that's ahead. So, Zhou. But we did need to clear those Williamses. I need to conserve fuel with Pierre. He's just not conserving fuel. Okay, so, yeah, we're in the train with Zhou Guanyu now. I imagine they'll pick them off one by one, which might actually break the overall train here. Jack Doohan is leading this race temporarily. Bottas has got him. If there was a safety car now, this would really shake things up. Just going to see if I can get him Russell's DRS. Although might be about to pit anyway. I don't know why Vettel's pitted. Oh no, he was on softs. Oh, mixed spawn. I mean, it's not really cost you anything. He just did what Pierre did. Oh, that's why it's not cost him anything. Because he just held them up instead. But Zhou Guanyu's still a thing. So I'm hoping that Pierre being in Russell's DRS will help him with the fuel, rather than having to actually conserve. Zhou Guanyu's still in Perez's DRS, so he is not slowing people down, unfortunately. So I think Perez has lost that trade now. Although he is gaining. Sainz can't clear Zhou. Well, he has done finally, but that was such a weird roadblock. Because there's no way that Zhou was anywhere near as fast as Sainz, and yet he still got stuck on him. Okay, so a minus 0.2 on Pierre's fuel, which might be enough by the end of the race, actually. We could be okay there. 3 laps to go. We're going to have to leave him out there for just 2 more normal laps. Imagine we'll keep swapping over. There goes Jack Doohan. Early, as always. Actually, you know what? Because of Verstappen here, I'm going to pit now, go on to mediums. Oh, Russell pitted as well. Russell pitted as well. I think we were ahead of him, but we're being held for him. Ah, stupid pit box position. It's so annoying. This is why I have to pit on different laps. I never came back after a highlight, but I'm so annoyed. I must say we're well behind Ricciardo, but he pitted earlier and he's only 2 seconds further up the road. Jack Doohan came out behind Mick still, which is good. On medium tyres, but we know he's rubbish on them. Okay, so deploy, push, see if we can close up a little bit. Okay, so we can't shake Jack Doohan, unfortunately, but we might be able to use him for DRS overtakes to close up to Sainz. Oh god, Pierre's pushing his tyres. What are you doing, Pierre? Well, we caught Ricciardo again.
Yeah, take it.
I hope I've not just ruined his race. I don't know why he was pushing. Might make him deploy a little bit just to get into Hamilton's DRS, which he's done. Someone's gone off somewhere. Oh, it was Pierre himself. Somehow. He's got his fuel back. Mick's lost his. We need to get Doohan at the right spot here. Okay, well, that didn't work out. So there's the hard to soft runners.
We're not okay.
Yeah, that could be a problem. He's back to minus 0.1, so I think we'll be okay. Just. I mean, what's about to happen here? Because Jack Doohan cannot be third. Why is Mick struggling to keep in touch? Okay, Pierre's up to 9th. I mean, that is actually quite interesting. He got well clear of Ricciardo and Russell in the end. And there's Magnussen dealt with too. We'll watch that. I was wondering if he got Magnussen in the same move. You say, Pierre's on mediums here. But those mediums are going to go off at the end because I just ruined them. No safety car though. Okay, so Mick's not really losing time actually. He just drifted to 0.8 seconds. I don't really know why. We'll expect Jack Doohan's tyres to go off before the end of this race actually, so I'll take a 4th with Mick. I'm not really going to push it too hard. Pierre's got 3 seconds on Leclerc now, so... Oh, Bottas has joined the party. That's fun. In fact, actually, even conserving these medium tyres, he's still going faster than Leclerc. Hang on. Mick just got Sainz. I wasn't expecting anything there. Ah, so Sainz was front of the train and didn't have DRS, and both Doohan and Mick got him. Interesting. Okay, so now is our opportunity to do something with Mick, because he's held that position through the second DRS section, which means he's primed behind Doohan across the pit lane. We could be on for a 3rd here. 4 laps to go, not really a lot going on. I'll push Pierre's fuel and conserve on his tyres altogether. Somehow he's got better tyres than Mick has hards. I don't really know how that's worked out. I don't think it's really worth Gasly going for Ocon here. Be behind by this detection point, Mick. Be behind by this detection point. Good boy. Okay, when I said be behind by the detection point, I meant overtake failed. There was 0 attempt. Didn't even try. Because the jet tyres, medium tyres are hitting 44%. Bottas and Sainz are actually attacking each other, which is helping us. Because they're not really paying attention to us. Now, Pierre's on the attack again. Mick's on the attack again, sorry. Are you going to do better this time? No. Bottas on mediums is a danger. I'm going to need you to attack Jack Doohan this lap, Mick. Sector 1's had an issue. Just a yellow flag, though. Oh, it's Verstappen. Final corner. He was behind Perez. And it's such a dumb animation. Oh, that's ruined Mick's chance of an overtake as well because he had to stop. But he's right on Jack Doohan's rear. We'll come off pushing the fuel then for temporarily. I am worried by Bottas. Oh, Mick's gone for an attack. Mick's gone for it. No, he hasn't. Never mind. Oh, Jack Doohan's in second now. Mick's on the podium because of Verstappen. I completely overlooked that. This really matters now. Okay, so
we just need to charge up.
Charge up a little bit. I mean, that was entirely irrelevant. Go for it, Mick. Go for it. You might as well just fully attack these tyres and hope for the best. It's bizarre how terrible you are with your ERS. Okay, come on, Mick. You've got DRS. You're attacking with everything. Jack Doohan actually defends this time. Come on, Mick. Get second. Good boy. Don't push the fuel from here. Just keep attacking the tyres, though. I can't risk the fuel because I don't know. It feels weirdly fuel hungry here. Use whatever DRS. Use whatever ERS we have. Use whatever ERS we have in the remaining sector on defend mode. Continue to attack these tyres. Pierre Gasly's still just running around by himself. 8 seconds behind Ocon. I mean, a recovery to 8th isn't bad for him. Perez crosses the line and wins. Mick crosses the line in second. Jack Doohan finally gets serious points for the first time in his career. He's not being killed or his race ruined or whatever. Something normally happens, but the unluckiest driver in Formula 1 has finally got serious points. Good for him. I don't know what's going on with Jack. I don't know why he's so good, though. Albon's in 15th. I don't really know what happened with Sainz. I think Bottas got him and couldn't do anything about it because Bottas was on mediums. No one was lapped. Shout out to Ferrari ruining Leclerc's race, though, by the way. Finished 10th because they double stacked him. Of course, technically the person he's hunting down was the person who won this race. So, not helpful. Where's the podium? Oh, was there no podium because Jack Doohan was on it? They didn't have a podium animation because Jack Doohan was on the podium. Because they don't have faces for them in the game. He broke the game. I mean, I say broke. It's the way it's set up. But so Max's little spin at the end cost him that. That's interesting. I thought Leclerc had pole and then was penalised. I'm pretty certain Leclerc was on pole and then had to serve penalties. So he started in 10th. I mean, it's good to know for the future that getting pole and then serving penalties as this music gets really irritating. It does mean that you don't get the pole point anymore because Pierre's got fastest lap in 8th. That's how badly double stacking ruined Charles Leclerc's race, by the way. He ended up behind Pierre. So 5 points for Pierre, 9 for Max, but 18 for Mick Schumacher, 15 for Jack Doohan. That's more than likely going to punt him up the order. It does indeed. To 13th, Ocon gets to 11th with 6 points. Lando stays 10th with nothing in this particular race. K-Mag joins Jack Doohan, but Jack Doohan's got a 2nd place now. Good for him. He's got a face there, but not rendered. Oh, somebody got a point. Logan Sargent got no. Hang on. Jack Doohan must have got a point last race or the race before and exited this pointless section. Because I'm pretty certain there was 4 people who were pointless before, and the only person that it could have been was Jack Doohan because Logan Sargent came in Bahrain first race, I remember. Danny Rick's only got 6 points despite that McLaren getting better. But Mick does jump Carlos Sainz at least on 121 points thanks to his race win. Perez actually jumps Leclerc, which makes things awkward at the top. I mean, Pierre still got, what, a 70-point lead, effectively? Red Bull do close, though. Despite Max's late spin, AlphaTauri jumped McLaren, though. 900 points. 900 points for going from 20th to 8th. Mick gets 1,000 for being 2nd. Somehow that performance is only regarded as impressive, despite the fact that Pierre did 24 overtakes. Okay, whatever. Behrman has points. We'll round that up to 70, and then we'll start working on this smooth, get that up as well, because he's going to have the same issue as Jack Doohan in the future. I don't think we'll actually play long enough for him to get a point, which is get in the driver's seat. But Mick up to 5th overall, that's nice to see. But yeah, nothing of note until after Hungaroring, so Hungary next time out. We'll see you for that. If you enjoyed this one, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, ta-ra.